Hello, guys, and we are here for some Skull Bingo action. Just 45 seconds to get enrolled into this very first game of Skull Bingo, as we are going to be streaming live on the Pilot TVs. Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
Absolutely. Go check us out on all of our different streaming platforms. We would love to shoot you out a little bit of extra luck to take with you into your happy hour bingo plan. We also want to highlight a couple of those locations that just recently got Pilot TVs installed for you guys to go and watch them on. If you find yourself at a bar or restaurant like Gordy's Place, the Turtle River Chop House, Gino's Bar and Grill, Big Whitey's Bar and Grill, VFW Haute Lakes, El Barco Mexican Restaurant, Twin Bluffs, New Richland Liquor Company, Buffalo Wild Wings Bemidji, Shaggy's Bonfire, Castaway's Isle, or even the Midtown Bar and Grill. Those are the latest locations getting Pilot TVs for you guys to go and watch us on.
Absolutely. It's definitely exciting stuff. As we were getting after in this very first game of Skull Bingo, as we watch this first ball drop, we'll see what these prizes are looking like as we're trying to give out that $260 line prize in 10 balls or less. That large frame is sitting at $3,113. You could take home in 43 balls or less, and a nice coverall prize of $10,060 that you could take home in 50 balls or less. All should be some great stuff as we're trying to give out these prizes in this game number one. As we already got players 2 balls away on that line prize, as we click past it to a Musco prize of $8.
Absolutely. That is some great stuff. As we're working towards this Musco Line prize, we're going to be talking about some of the lucky winners that did, in fact, get to take home some prizes. As in fact, we gave out 30 different jackpots over the last 7 days and 293 over the entirety of season 14 so far. But before I can talk about those lucky prize winners from yesterday, we have our very own prize winner here.
Kevin over at B&L Bar taking home $8 on that one. Good job, Kevin.
Nicely done.
Yeah, as we now get into those 2 jackpot winners yesterday. The first one to go out yesterday went out to Traveler over at Howie's Corner Bar, taking home $708. Great job to you, Traveler. And it sparked a little conversation during our lunchtime talking about where we wanted to
Yes.
travel in kind of in the more up and coming years.
Yes.
And we had both said that we would love to go to national parks. Ben actually sent into a message to me about how there's actually 63 different official national parks that we could go
That's
check out.
right. There are quite a few all across the United States. And so that is something really awesome that we need to be looking
8 of
into.
them in Alaska.
That's right. We were, in fact, talking about going to Alaska in our near future as
Yeah.
well. So maybe that's where we'll start checking them off the list.
That would be cool. That would be definitely a big one. So we would have to check off like all 8 in one go around because
Yeah, because when are we going to go to
we're
Alaska?
not taking
Multiple
multiple.
times.
We're not taking multiple trips to Alaska. Uh, but I think it would be a lot of fun, travelers.
Yeah.
Good job, as you could probably take a little trip with that $708. I think one of the other places I would love to go is I would love to go and do some exploring of kind of the Northeast.
Really?
Yes, I would like to
Yeah.
go see those places, as I haven't really known, as you've talked about the beauty of those places, and I've never really romanticized those places as like a destination to go to. And
It's been on my list of travel destinations for a little bit now.
and you've kind of talked me into it, as I kind of want to go check it out, see what the hype's about, I guess.
Absolutely. We do have a player here getting to take away that Musco large frame as Donnie is getting to take away that large frame of $12. Nicely done to Donnie. We also have Jen as well as Cheryl both getting to split, and Donnie adding to the party as well as.
A Kelly Muni.
All
All
right.
of them splitting off that
Yeah.
$19 coverall. Good job to Jen, Cheryl, Donna, as well as a Kelly Muni, all splitting up that awesome prize. As we now get enrolled into this game number 2 of Skull Bingo, just 1 minute and 25 seconds to do so. As we talk about
Mhm.
that second jackpot that actually went out on Monday.
Absolutely. As we had Roll Rebs as they were playing over at the Orange Dog, Whoa, over at the Orange Door as they got to take away $6,910 while playing yesterday.
Yeah, I got a little Australian there. Another place where you'd like to visit. But the orange door, not different color. Wow. But the orange door,
We're just all over the
is a
place.
location that I would actually love to go check out, as it seems very, very. It's just an interesting name, that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one that we just saw for the first time today. And so we're pretty stoked about seeing a new location out there. As I know, there are quite a heap of different spots that you guys can go and check out Pilot Games at. But we get to see those big name places that a bunch of those big players play at all the time. So it's fun getting to see some of the other spots that players go to be able to take away some prizes and have some fun with Pilot Games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, new location. Good job to the Orange Door, taking home a nice win of $6,910, going out to Roll Rebs.
Hmm.
Just 10 seconds, though, to get enrolled into this next game of Skull Bingo. We got $13,531 of total prizes, so don't miss out on this great game number two.
Absolutely. That is some great stuff. And if you guys want to go and check out some of the great games we have here with Pilot, you guys can actually go and check out the great ETAB game that we have, or really any of the great ETAB games that we have at any time. The latest one that we have released for you guys is called Firefighters. It's a red hot ETAB game that just hit the iPads a couple weeks ago. Check out the 3 different Scorch and bonus rounds in this game. There's a free play, an emergency 911, and even a fire simulation training bonus round that has some hot prizes there that you can take home as well.
Absolutely. Don't miss out on those really fun games. You can see a fun preview of that ETAB game, even that fire simulation bonus round. You can see him spraying off the car in that awesome bonus. As you guys can see that preview on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games and click on our logo. Then you'll be able to see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, player pictures, and so much more. You'll also be able to see website link at the top of our Facebook page, which gives you access to our link tree that has links to our bar locations, our socials like Twitter and Instagram, and even more there as well. But we do have to talk about a winner here.
That's right, as Tad57 gets to take away that $7 Musco line prize. Nicely done to that great player as we work towards this large frame and coverall jackpot. But if you guys want to know what to expect on your day-to-day bingo plan, we're going to run through the entirety of it for you guys right now. We start off your bingo playing with that game day bingo that runs from 12 to 1 each and every day. That's always got that minor, major, and mega jackpot on the line and ready to go out to you guys. At 1 p.m., you jump into your first opportunity that has Lucky 4 bingo, and I think it should still have over $69,000 on the line. We're going to double check that progressive to let you know what you guys will be playing for tomorrow when you come in bright eyed and bushy tailed for it. And that is going to be
Well,
happening.
actually, tonight, as we'll actually play a final game of Lucky
That's
Four Bingo,
right.
ending off. But we'll talk about that prize that we'll be getting after at 6 p.m. in just a little bit. As after that 1 p.m. opportunity, you'll actually get into more game day bingo that'll be running
Hmm.
from 1 all the way till 4 p.m., getting after any of those opportunities that you miss out from that 1 to 12 lunchtime bingo.
Absolutely. And then at 4 p.m., you get your second opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. It's the game you played before we jump back on air with you guys as we play through these 23 rounds of Skull Bingo that you guys play each and every day from 4 to 6. At 6 p.m., you guys will have that final opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo that Ian is going to let you know about that progressive with.
Oh yeah, and actually before I talk about that progressive, we have Tad57 over at American Legion Chaska looking to take home the triple win after taking home the $12 large frame. Now working
Hmm.
on the Musco prize on the coverall as well, one ball away. We'll see if they get the trifecta in this one. But at 6 p.m., as Jordy alluded to, Lucky 4 Bingo has a $69,103 prize that's looking great. That will lead you into your afternoon of bingo.
Absolutely. And Ben wants to let you guys know that he's going to be right here alongside your bingo plan as well, ready to document all those great winners. We do have Dudley over at the Friendly Buffalo getting to take away $18 on that Musco coverall prize, though. Nicely done. The only Dudley that I know is from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't know any Dudleys. Besides,
Yeah.
yeah, Harry Potter, I guess, would be the only one, but I don't even
Hmm.
know who you're talking about when you
Yeah,
say
Dudley
Dudley.
Dursley.
Okay, there you go.
Harry Potter's brother, or not brother, cousin that he has to live with.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
his name is
Hmm.
Dudley. Okay, well, there you go. More you know.
Absolutely.
But we were talking about the live bingo throughout today. You guys will then, after that Lucky Four bingo that we finish off at 6 p.m. at, you'll hop into some game day bingo, getting after some nice prizes, as you have a mega prize of 20,200 and $89 you could take home in 47 balls or less. A major prize of $1,832 you could take home in 49 balls or less, and a minor jackpot of $120. Should be some great stuff as you play that from 6 to 6:40, as right at 6:40 you get into one of our great specialty nights.
Absolutely, as you guys will be getting in a little bit of MegaSota game night action tomorrow at 6 no, tonight at 6:40. And that's right, Tony and Nikki will be back after their 2-week hiatus as they get to take on over the show and give out those great jackpots and PGL points along the way. You guys better stick around because they got a Jackpot Jungle grand finale game that has been growing each week and now sits at $7,058 before you guys get enrolled in that grand finale game. It's a $1 card and you can take home that great prize in 54 balls or less.
Yeah, it should be some really, really fun
Oh,
stuff. We
yeah.
love those games. Starts off with the high-low game at 6:40. So make sure you're there right at 6:40, as that's one of my favorite games. You can be the worst player in the state and you would take home the same prize as the first player. You
Oh,
actually
yeah.
just don't want to find yourself in the middle of that game. Should be some fun stuff there. We do have a following specialty night tomorrow night that me and Jordy are going to be here for, and that's a Wild Wednesday. We come in and play that tournament style bingo from 7 to 9 every single Wednesday as we hop into the Wild studio, giving out a bunch of PGL points and prizes. Starting off with one of my favorite high-low matchups as we try and give out, yeah, that top prize to the biggest winner and biggest loser. We also have some other great games that have that small jackpot and large jackpot, like Vikings
Oh,
Victory
yeah.
and Fishing Derby, where you could take home a jackpot prize even if you don't land in one of the top 10 spots.
Absolutely. It is a lot of fun. You better come out for MegaSota game night tonight at 6:40 and our Wild Wednesday tomorrow at 7. And make sure you're signed up at pgl.world if you want to earn any of those great PGL points along the way.
Absolutely. We got $345 available on this line prize, which might have just went out. Andy over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards took home, just barely missing out on that jackpot prize, $8 on that line prize must go.
That's right. But as we work towards this large frame prize, we're going to be talking about our great national days to celebrate. And our first one to celebrate on today is National Pharmacy Technician Day. On the third Tuesday in October, it recognizes National Pharmacy Technician Day, as this day is an opportunity to thank the technicians for their invaluable support and contributions throughout the year. However, the day also explores the technician's role and how vital it is to maintain a safe and efficient health system.
Oh yeah, I mean they're the second up, helping out those
Yeah.
pharmacists, making sure that we get the right medications, the right amount of that medication, making sure that it gets to the right person, and everything like that. And so a lot of
Absolutely.
a lot of responsibility goes to
Oh,
those
yeah.
pharmacy technicians, and we want to
Yeah.
highlight them on today. If we do have anybody playing pilot games that is a pharmacy technician, I'm going to chuck out some luck to you as you get after this skull bingo right here. We'll see if anybody can take home this large frame prize in this game as we try and give it out in the next two balls. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening as we have two players racing for it over at BNL Bar as we move on over to a $14 Musco large frame.
That's right. And as we work towards this must go large frame, we are celebrating the pharmacy technicians on today. So thank you if you guys are in that line of work. And this is just a day to celebrate the profession in general. Next up, we have National Edge Day. And National Edge Day on October 17th promotes a movement of youth refraining from using alcohol, tobacco, and other recreational drugs. Yeah, back when Ian and I were in school, the program was called DARE. I'm not really sure when it made the switch over to Edge or if Dare is still around and this is just a separate contributing entity that is trying to make sure that kids are on the straight and path and becoming and not exposing themselves to substances like that. But we do have a winner here as Tad57 gets to take away $14 on that Musco large frame. Nicely done to Tad. We do have Buckaroo over at the Green Lantern as well as Dawn as they both get to split up that $21 Musco coverall prize. Nicely done to those great players. All of them here taking home some great prizes in this third round of Skull Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in the fourth, as all three of those great prizes just continue to grow.
Yeah, I think they're just different programs. But
Okay.
super cool stuff. Definitely an awesome one on today to highlight, as we always want to fight, young kids and fight for our youth.
Absolutely. That's some great stuff. Well, as we have a minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled in this fourth round of School Bingo, you guys definitely want to be getting enrolled in all the great things we got going on as we talk about this next National Day with you guys. Black Poetry Day. And Black Poetry Day on October 17th honors past and present Black poets. The day also commemorates the birth of the first published Black poet in the United States. Jupiter Hammond was born in Long Island, New York on today in 1711.
Ah, the day celebrates the importance of Black heritage and literacy. It also recognizes the contribution made by Black poets and shows appreciation to Black authors. Take up a quiet spot in a library and read many of the talented Black poets from around the world, or find a poetry reading at a nearby bookstore, cultural, or art center like the Furious Flowers Poetry Center at James Madison University, the first center of its kind in the United States. The Furious Flowers name is inspired by a poem written by former U.S. Poet Laureate Gwendolyn Brooks, who also have a growing collection of resources, offer workshops, and so much more.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely a cool one on today, as there are many impactful uh, Black poets.
Absolutely. So whether you guys want to celebrate with some slam poetry or maybe haiku, definitely look up some Black poets around that have some published works that you guys can celebrate on today, like Audre Lorde or maybe W.E.B. Du Bois or even Arna Bontemps as well.
Yes, there's tons of great poets to look at to celebrate on this National Day, Black Poetry Day. We are getting balls dropped on this great game, number 4 of Skull Bingo, working on a line prize jackpot of $395. We do click past that to a $9 must go, as Bingo B over at Classic Bowl in Coon Rapids is taking home that nice prize. Good job, Bingo B, as we now work on that large frame of $3,222.
Absolutely. And as we're working towards these great prizes, we're going to jump into our next National Day, as it is National Mulligan Day. And on National Mulligan Day, which is observed annually on October 17th, we can all think of something that at one point we have thought, oh, I wish I could do that better. Celebrate the day by taking your do over. Also, be considerate and offer a mulligan to a few friends and neighbors out there.
Oh yeah, definitely some great stuff there. As I think we all deserve a mulligan every once in a while, and so we definitely, give that out to our neighbor, as well as let ourselves have that mulligan in whatever we're doing throughout today. Um,
Absolutely. I remember that I didn't know what a mulligan was for a period of my life, and my father and brother always used the term when they were ever
uh
redoing
huh.
something. And at one point, there was I don't remember what it necessarily was, but I thought it had a completely different meaning until one point when we were golfing, and I finally learned the term mulligan. But
Yes.
I can't remember what it was that I originally thought
We
that was, but it was something completely different.
That's so funny. That's so good. Yeah, I remember because I just think I asked my dad because we were watching a football game, and
Mm,
someone kicked the
use
football.
the term.
They missed it, and they
Mm.
called the timeout before they kicked it, or there was a flag on the play as he kicked it, and so then it like missed, but it didn't count because it was a mulligan, and so he called it a mulligan, and I was just like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, it's when you get to redo on it. And so then ever since then I was like, ooh, cool, mulligans. And it's a fun name for it too. So I wish I had more opportunities to use the term mulligan.
We got Bingo B on the line and Bongo on the large frame. Nicely done. Bongo taking away that Musco large frame prize as Steve takes away the Musco coverall. $15 going to Bongo and $23 going to Steve. Nicely done to all of our winners here in this fourth round of Skull Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in the fifth one as we continue talking about National Mulligan Day.
Yeah, did you know that there are 3 different theories about how the term was coined? All of them focus on 2 central characters with the last name Mulligan.
Really?
Yeah, we start with David Bernard Mulligan, a Canadian amateur golfer and Holtier, who may have made the term famous in the 1920s. According to the USGA, there are three versions of David Bernard's Mulligan story. The first is that one day Mulligan hit a poor drive off the first tee, then simply re-teed and hit another ball, telling his amused playing partner that he had taken a correction shot. That correction shot soon became known as taking a mulligan.
That's funny. The second story is that the ride to the Mulligan's course in Montreal was an extremely bumpy one. The drive in the left Mulligan was so shaky on the first tee that he was allowed a second shot. The theory is a major hit to the millennials. Oh, our soft argument.
That's funny. Uh, but that is funny. Yeah, he got a second shot because the
Yeah.
course was bumpy. I guess that's a reason why he got a second shot. Still, couldn't hit it right on the first one.
Mm-mm.
The third story is a combination of the two. That one day
Hmm.
Mulligan, much like most unreliable golf buddy, shows up late to the course and was so rattled on the first tee that he needed to hit a second shot. Thus, the mulligan was born.
Oh.
Very good stuff. I like how there's multiple different stories because it is just a like golfing buddy story on how mulligan was created. Which there's no, I feel like that's the only way it should have been created. It's a
Hmm.
golfing buddy story.
Absolutely, that is a great one. Well, happy National Mulligan Day. If you guys need a do over, today is the day to do it over.
Absolutely.
We have one final national day to talk about with you guys, and that is National Pasta Day. National Pasta Day, well, if you guys didn't know, October is National Pasta Month. And on October 17th, it recognizes the National Pasta Day. This was one for all pasta lovers alike to celebrate.
Absolutely. Pasta is delicious. It comes in many different forms, many different shapes and sizes, many different sauces that can go on your pasta that make
Hmm.
for so many different flavors, all very delicious. And so we definitely celebrate on today as me and Jordy are huge pasta lovers and we're getting into our like main time of eating a ton of pasta.
That's right, but we do have
Ooh.
Oswald getting to take away that line prize jackpot, $457. Nicely done to Oswald as we now work towards this large frame jackpot. But we were going to talk about pasta as it is National Pasta Day in National Pasta Month. We, yes, don't typically eat a lot of pasta in summer months. It's like a soup for me, it's like a fall and winter food, primarily. But I'm very excited to get back into our pasta swing of things. And we were talking about earlier our favorite pastas, and it seems like Ben is very excited as well for National Pasta
He's a
Day.
big pasta guy as well. He loves
Yeah.
pasta as well as the garlic bread that comes with it. As I think we
Me
all
too.
love the garlic bread that comes with it. You and Ben are kin spirits in that aspect,
Oh
as you
yeah,
guys
man.
both could down some
My
good
yeah.
garlic bread.
No, my whole meal could be garlic bread, and I'd be completely
I
happy.
think I've watched Ben down an entire loaf of garlic bread before.
A
Um,
kindred spirit.
he does. It's awesome. But that's the beauty that comes with garlic bread is that I mean, with pasta is that you get garlic bread along with it.
I
It's one of the best
know.
parts of pasta,
It really is. It's sometimes the reason I get pasta.
especially when you add that with like a nice meat sauce and you get
Stop. I might have to make you take me to
spaghetti.
the Olive Garden after this.
Oh, it'd be so good. But as we're working through this, we got to talk about some more, things about pasta. We
Oh,
got some
yeah.
fun facts about pasta before we read about that first fun fact. We got 19 bucks going out to Bongo over at Outtakes. Good job, Bongo, as we now work on the $28 coverall.
Absolutely. That is a great one. Nicely done to Bongo. But we have some great pasta fun facts to talk about with you guys. Like there are actually around it's around 600 different types of pasta today and over 1,300 different names that have been documented for these types.
Wow. We do have She TKA over at American Legion, Brooklyn Center, taking home that nice Musco prize of 28 bucks. Good job to all of our winners in that game number 5. We'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 6 with that large frame and coverall jackpot continuing to grow. But do you have a favorite type of pasta? Like not pasta sauce,
Penne.
penne. That is a good one. Penne is up there. I love a good penne mac and cheese. Super tasty.
Mm,
But I don't know what my
we have
favorite.
such different noodle
I
tastes.
don't know what taste I would go with. I really honestly don't know. Maybe elbow. I mean, elbow's so good. Shell's so good.
I like
Um,
shells.
shell's really good with mac
Mac
and
and
cheese as
cheese.
well.
That's my preferred mac and cheese shell noodle.
It matters on the shells. There's certain
Matters on the
shells
cheese.
that I'm like, no, this doesn't work well. Sometimes the shell noodle works well with it. It
Hmm.
matters on the shape of the noodle. But I'm trying to think of what maybe even the stuffed. What's the one you were talking about with the stuffed cheese in it?
Tortellini.
Tortellini. That's up there as those are
The
just.
little ones or the square ones? That's ravioli.
I'm thinking of the little
The
ones.
little ones? Okay, yeah. Cheese tortellinis.
Yeah, cheese tortellinis.
Pesto sauce.
Those with pesto, super
Yeah.
good, so tasty. And
Mm-hmm.
so I really don't know.
Ben's with us too. Shell supremacy.
Shell sup- That's yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think though of what my favorite. That's a tough one. I can't
Yeah, I
really
like
tell
penne.
with a
I
full.
like rotini, which is like the kind of like log looking one that's just like a little, basically a little wider penne
Uh huh.
noodle, essentially. I'm a big fan of those. Any of those types.
That's,
Mastacholi,
they're so good.
right
They're
there.
so good. I really can't tell you.
I don't know what he means.
uh, we do have balls now dropping in this game number 6 of Skull Bingo, trying to give out these awesome prizes like a line prize jackpot that's sitting at $36, a large frame of $3,288, and $10,190 you could take home in that coverall.
Oh, he likes the dino shaped shell mac and
Ooh,
cheese. I like the
any.
SpongeBob ones, the ones that have like
Yeah,
the circles with like the lines through them that you could eat. Big
absolutely,
fan.
absolutely. Those came after the dino shaped ones,
Yeah.
as
I
the
don't think I ever had the dino ones.
Yeah, those are classics you're talking
Hmm.
about. But those are really good as well. I like those those were big ones. But honestly, I always when eating them was like I enjoy looking at it more than I enjoy eating it. Even as a child, like I had the conscious thought of that I would have preferred eating
The normal
the
one.
normal mac and cheese, but I just enjoy eating this because I'm eating SpongeBob.
That was like half the fun of it anyway. We do have Brother Nate getting to take away that great prize, and it was $6 going out to Brother Nate. Nicely done on that Musco line prize.
Oh yeah, keep on getting rolled as we continue to talk about pasta and all the greatness that comes with pasta. According to the International Pasta Originates, do you know that Italians eat on average 35.3 kilograms of pasta every year?
I probably rival that.
That is, I could eat that much pasta every year.
Did you know that penne, spaghetti, and macaroni are in fact the 3 most popular types of pasta of all time?
Really? I
Penne.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, because there's certain times where I just prefer other pastas to others. It just I don't know. It matters on what sauce I'm getting, what is all coming with it. I can't say
Penne with
with
a
my.
meat sauce, it will forever be my favorite pasta of all time.
Yeah, I can't say with my chest out and about any of them which one's
Say it
my
with my full
favorite.
chest.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I love them all too much. We did move on to a $9 Musco large frame in this game, as well as a Musco prize on that coverall of $14. We'll see who takes it home in this great game as we continue to work through it.
Lasagna might be your favorite.
I do love a good lasagna. Lasagna is delicious. I would have lasagna over spaghetti uh, any day of the week.
I almost would never choose spaghetti. With real spaghetti noodles.
With real spaghetti
Almost
noodles.
never.
I would choose angel hair spaghetti with red sauce and with some meat sauce, and then I'm
The
really
noodles are
happy.
just too, yeah, not my cup of tea. We do have some winners as Lakefront as well as Vidi, as well as Kelly get to split up that Musco large frame of $9. As Annie over at Outtakes gets to take away that $14 Musco coverall prize all to themselves. Nice on to all of our winners here in this round number 6. We're about to get enrolled in our 7th round of Skull Bingo.
Oh yeah, definitely keep on getting rolled and press and play as we keep on getting after it. We're talking about pasta and just talking about all the greatness that comes with that. Let's see, another fun fact: Italy produces around 1,432,990 tons of pasta each and every year.
Very cool.
That's a lot of pasta.
That's a lot of pasta. National Pasta Month falls in October, so we're very excited to celebrate it on this national month and more specifically on this national day. And so, if you guys want to celebrate this today, make sure you guys have your noodles no matter whether it's ramen, mac and cheese, or even spaghetti and meatballs. There's no way you can't celebrate this a wrong way.
Or Alfredo.
Or put that at the top of your list. Go have yourself some Alfredo in honor of Ian on today.
I love Alfredo and I wish I could have it every single day, but then it would clog my arteries and I would not be happy
Really,
with
I'm
myself.
just saving you.
Yeah, really, you're just helping me as it's not a good sauce for you at all, like health wise, but I mean, it tastes as bad as good as it is bad. So I guess that's what makes
You
it
just
worth
know
it.
that it's not good for your health as you're shoveling it
Oh,
away.
it's so good though. It's so good. So I love me some good. I need to get some Alfredo soon. So enjoy National Pasta Day as we have been talking about pasta all day, and so now I am just craving all
Yeah.
sorts of different types of pasta. As we move on and start talking about some baseball, Twins news as we finish up the Twins season, and we actually have a partnership with our Twins as we created a awesome E-Tab game that's themed after our Minnesota Twins. It's called Twins Win. You can even check out the Home Run Derby bonus round to see if you can take home some Grand Slam prizes.
Absolutely. It is a great way to show your support. And you can even show your support by checking out the great bingo we have that's themed after our twins. You can check out game day bingo through a lot of different times throughout our days. And even if it's not themed after our twins and you get to take home great prizes along the way, you'll get to take home points and compete against each other in those game day bingo standings as well.
Oh, yeah, currently in those standings in 10th place, we have Super D over at Shore 96 with 41,000 points. With 43,000 points in ninth place, we have Brother Nate over at the Sportsman's Pub. 8th place is Phil M over at the Sportsman's Pub as well with 44,000 points. 47,000 points for the last player outside the 50,000 point club, and that's Mikey Wins over at the Clubhouse at Edinburgh in 7th. Before I get into that 50,000 point club, we have a winner on that line prize.
That's right. Bongo himself is going to take away that $5 Musco line prize. Nicely done to Bongo.
As we move on in these game day bingo standings, sixth place we have Player over at the Boulevard Tavern with 54,000 points. With 57,000 points in fifth place, we have Why Not Me over at Beatles Bar and Grill. We skip over fourth place as we have a two-way tie in third between Mike over at the Sherwood Lounge and Rock Ryder over at Incline Station Bowling Center, both sitting with 62,000 points. With 66,000 points in second place, we have Mikey Mike over at the Old Piper and Blaine. As first place is Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with 152,000 points.
Nicely done to call me Jen. I'm going to hop right on into the location standings, though. 10th place, we have the Sportsman's Pub, who sits with 93,000 points. With 101,000 points in ninth place, we have the Country Lounge. While in 8th place, we have Sherwood Lounge, as they sit with 103,000 points. 7th place, it's Old Piper Inn and Blaine, as they sit with 104,000 points on the season. With 111,000 points in 6th place, we have Shady's Railside. Right ahead of them with 112,000 in 5th place, though, we've got the Boulevard Tavern. 4th place is Leo's Bar Newmarket, as they sit with 121,000 points. Then with 170,000 points in 3rd place, we have J.R. Mack. 2nd place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 221,000 points, while in 1st place we've got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 226,000.
Good job to all those locations. We do have Jim Jim Ma over at Boulder Tap House in Baxter, taking home $9 on that Musco large frame. As we look to see who can take home the $13 Musco coverall, should be going out in the next few balls to drop. As we have our winner, Tom Ronda over at Shooter's Saloon and Eatery in St. Cloud, has taken home that $13. Good job to all of our winners in that game number 7 of Skull Bingo. As we now get enrolled into a game number 8.
Absolutely. And as you guys get enrolled in a game number 8, if you guys actually don't plan on getting enrolled in this next round or can't wait to check out some of the different games we have going with Pilot Games, you can check out the eTab games we have at any time you guys want. There's actually over 70 different of those themes that you guys can choose from to play, and they each have a wide variety for you guys to go see which one is your favorite. Each of them have huge prizes up to $1,500, small bets between 50 cents and $5, and they even have awesome bonus rounds and free play rounds that you guys can check out as well. If you guys want to go check out a great one, I'm going to be highlighting a little Monster Moolah action. We
Ooh.
are closing in on the spookiest day of the year, and so you guys better go and check out some of our creepy, kooky E-Tab games and take home some scary, huge jackpots along the way.
Absolutely. It's definitely a great one to celebrate, to get after on today. I think that I am going to pick as mine to celebrate just Minnesota in general, as we got that Minnesota legend that we themed a game after. Paul Bunyan, Babe the Blue Ox, in the awesome ETAP game Bunyan's Babes. Even check out the Babes Gone Wild bonus to take home some jackpots as
Ooh,
big as the
ooh.
legends themselves.
Absolutely. They're a ton of fun, and there is such a wide variety of themes. If those two don't sound up to your fancy, go check out all the different ones we have to offer and let us know which one is your favorite. As you guys are getting enrolled in this next round of game number 8 of School Bingo, we're going to be talking about some great things that happened on today in music history, because on today in 1987, You Win Again by the Bee Gees hits number 1 in the UK, making them the first group with UK chart toppers in 3 different decades. That's right. They hit number 1 in the 60s, 70s, and then again in the 80s.
Very, very impressive stuff. If you want to learn some more fun facts about the Bee Gees, look no further. As did you know, the Bee Gees made their first recording in the late 50s after being discovered by radio DJ Bill Gates.
Very cool
Funny that it was a
stuff.
different Bill Gates,
Yeah, very.
because Bill Gates was definitely never a DJ before
No.
uh before becoming you know,
Politician. Not politician.
Bill Gates
Never
is.
mind.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't he he's computers?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I don't
Thought Bill
know.
Clinton for a second.
Ah, the different Bill.
Yes.
The Bee Gees would do as many as 40 or 50 takes to make sure their song came out sounding perfect.
Before we talk any further about the Bee Gees, though, we do have some winners.
We got uh DD Express as well as G Darrelson splitting up $119 on that line prize jackpot. Good job splitting up that nice $119 prize as we work on the $3,000 large frame.
That's right. If you guys didn't know a little bit more about the Bee Gees, the three brothers actually were best friends and had houses right next to each other.
Oh, as young boys, they used to sing on street corners in Manchester. Very fun stuff. The band started out, people thought they were the Beatles because their band name started with the letter B and ended with an S, and they sounded like them as well. That's funny.
One radio station in America played their song. Oh, yeah, they were in America when they played their songs. They were titled after they were told the audiences they were listening to the Beatles.
That is so funny. That is crazy. So there was a huge mess up with the Bee Gees and the Beatles. I didn't
Yeah.
realize how big that was. Definitely some interesting stuff as they released, past all the confusion, as they had firmly supplanted themselves in 1987, as they had number 1 in the UK with You Win Again, getting number 1 in the UK in 3 different decades, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Absolutely. If you guys want to listen to a little of the Bee Gees, some of their top hits include Staying Alive, Tragedy, Night Fever, Too Much Heaven, and Even You Should Be Dancing.
Ooh, great, great stuff.
Hmm.
As we continue to work on this game, all Musco's available. It's a $16 large frame and a $24 Musco coverall. We got a bunch of players one ball away. We'll see if we give it out. And there it is. Danielson is taking home that large frame prize. And then we have Dudley over at Friendly Buffalo taking home $24 on that coverall. Good job to all of our winners in that awesome game number 8 as we now get enrolled into a game number 9.
Absolutely. And as you guys are getting enrolled in a game number 9, we are jumping into our next day of music history. And on today, just 2 years later, in 1989, Billy Joel released the album Stormfront, which his enduring hit "We Didn't Start the Fire" was on.
Very, very fun stuff. Billy Joel is a fun musician
Yes.
that create a lot of you know classics. A lot of
Hmm.
classics for you as well, as I know you're a
Yes.
big fan of Billy Joel, in particular his song Vienna.
Yes.
Um, but there's a ton of good ones. He's got one of the biggest ranges, I feel like, out of a musician, where he can go from one that makes you want to cry to one that makes you want to dance and jump around, to one you just want to sway your hips to. It's very it's true. It's true though. I'm not lying. It's
He's not
great.
fibbing.
Billy Joel. He he makes you
Gets the
feel all
hips
those
grooving.
different ways. We definitely like it on today as we talk a little bit more about Billy Joel. He's sold over 150 million records worldwide.
That is some awesome stuff. He's also won multiple Grammy Awards throughout his entire career. I think it totaled at 6 or something like that.
Yeah, his first hit song was Piano Man, which was released in 1973.
And still stands to be probably his biggest one released to the state.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
um,
it's huge.
Absolutely. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame back in 1992.
Wow. He is a talented pianist and often performs his own piano solos during his concerts.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that draws me to him a lot. I love that. He was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1999.
Very cool. He collaborated with artists like Elton John and Paul McCartney.
He was even the mind behind New York State of Mind.
Wow. Billy Joel is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It
As rightfully deserved.
he should have one. I mean, that would be weird. And the album The Stranger is considered one of the greatest albums of all time.
Hmm.
Very cool stuff.
And his daughter, Alexa Ray Joel, also followed in his footsteps and pursued a music career as well.
Very cool. Well, those are some fun facts about Billy Joel on the day that he released Stormfront with the enduring hit We Didn't Start the Fire in 1989. But as we get after in this game right here, we see as we try and give out this line prize jackpot, as we're trying to give this one out, I'd like to highlight any player that signed up at PGL.world. Shout out to you as we are getting prepped and ready for a PGL night. Hopefully, any of you who aren't signed up and plan on being out here at 6:40 tonight, you're signed up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it. So sign up at PGL.world today, and we'll get you highlighted in our new member spotlight.
Absolutely. If you're not signed up, Record States only takes about 26 seconds. So make sure you guys go and sign up. It'll be over before you know it. We do have Jim Rocks, though, getting to take away that $7 Musco line prize. Nicely done to Jim Rocks over at Eagles Elk River.
Yeah, now as we get after it, let's highlight those players that just got signed up at PGL.world. We have Flash 1, MCJ65, NM Batch, Stewie Deuce, KDK, Tay96, Jay
Ooh.
Kittleson, KMM 2018, Jerbood, BK Nettle, Joe, Tom239, a new man too, as well as Schiff.
Awesome stuff. Those are some great names. Welcome everybody to the Pilot Gambling League. Hope to see you out there tonight at 6:40 and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for both of your wild opportunities to take home some great PGL points. If you guys want another spattering of PGL points on top of it all, now you can go and download the Player Connect app and sign on directly with your new PGL login. Use that sports link right above your player icon once you're in, and then you're at our e-tip boards. You can choose 5 squares for the upcoming game, Vikings Vikings versus 49ers on Monday, October 23rd. You just got to choose those squares before kickoff, and you'll be awarded points for the first, second, third, and fourth in play quarters. You guys will have to just play for free in that Player Connect app. All you got to do is just sign in and select that sports link right above your player icon.
Definitely a great way to earn some extra PGL points as you guys get after it. As we're getting after it here, we do have that large frame Musco going out to Louis' dad over at American Legion Gaylord. $12 going out to you as we now work on the Musco prize of $18 on the coverall. We'll see who takes it home as we already got Annie and Tom Ronda one ball away on this one.
Yes, as we're working towards this $18, it's going out to Dudley again over at the Friendly Buffalo. Nice little on taking away that $18. This has been our ninth round of Skull Bingo. Make sure you guys continue to get enrolled in the 10th. And we are talking about all things PGL, and so it's only fair that we talk about the players who have already been competing for the entirety of season 14, and we need to jump right on into the player standings for PGL.
10th place, we have Mark over at the stadium in Annandale with 590,245 points. With 613,170 points in ninth place, we have Kate over at the Whiskey Street Melrose. Eighth place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill Maple Grove with 621,495 points. 621,685 points for seventh place Mad Dog over at the Still Wolf. Sixth place is Trish over at the North Star Tavern in Bloomington with 659,985 points. With 861,215 points in fifth place, we have Sherbert over at the Broadway Pizza, Brooklyn Park. Fourth place is Barizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato with 926,000 points. With 940,670 points in third place, we have Yak over at the Stanchion Bar in Hamel. Second place is Drumski over at the South Street Saloon Mankato with 1,065,540 points. And with 1,068,660 points in first place, we have Outlaw 21 over at the Boulevard Bar and Grill Coon Rapids.
Nicely done to all of those great players. One shout out to Drumski as well as that great player Outlaw 21, as they're the only two in the 1 million point club. I don't think it'll be that way very long as we have a bunch of players inching their way towards it. And so we'll have to see who is going to be able to get into that point club after these great specialty nights. Now, on the location side of things, half of our locations are already in the 1 million point club. So I'm going to jump right into the tail end of them in 10th place, because in 10th, we got Valley Lanes of Spring Valley, who has 744,235 points. Now, after last week, they came in from unranked into ninth place. It's the Broadway Pizza, Brooklyn Park. They now currently sit with 861,215 points. Eighth place is Vesta Bar in Vesta, and they have 864,175 points. Seventh place is the Upper Deck Sports Bar in Brockway Township, as they have 864,515 points. While with having exactly 926,000 in sixth place, we have the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato. Now in fifth place and kicking off the 1 million point club, it's the Super Bowl. They're in Ramsey and currently sit with 1,094,520 points. Now with 1,131,475 points in fourth place, we have Oleander Saloon Mankato. But before I get to those top three locations, we do have our lion prize going out.
Oh, and it's none other than Dudley over at Friendly Buffalo, taking home $7 on that Lion prize. Great job to you, Dudley, as we now work on the large frame.
Absolutely. And as you guys are working towards that large frame jackpot, I got a top three to talk about. Third place is the South Street Saloon Mankato, as they currently sit with 1,345,335 points, while right ahead of them with 1,351,195 points in the second place, it's the Boulevard Bar and Grill of Coon Rapids. First place, though, and they are definitely getting a nice sizable gap between them and the rest of the standings, it's the Stanchion Bar of Hamel. They have 1,459,735 points.
Good job to the Stanchion Bar and Hamill, as well as all those great players, earning so many PGL points on nights like tonight. Tonight's MegaSota game night, 6:40. Make sure you guys are out there. Also, come out for tomorrow night's specialty night at 7 o'clock for that Wild Wednesday, as we love talking about our Minnesota Wild, especially as the season is actually underway. We got a game coming up in just about an hour from now, a little over an hour from now, as we're only about 2 games in.
Absolutely. It's going to be some really exciting stuff. And Minnesota won their first game of the season 2-0 over the Florida Panthers at home and then lost 7-4 in their first road game of the season. The Wild struggled defensively in that one, but Minnesota did have plenty of chances. So far this season, Minnesota's averaging just about 26.5 shots per game, which ranks 26th in the NHL, as the Wild aren't shooting enough. Last season, that number was 30.91, as Minnesota was putting a lot more pucks on net, which made them a lot better offense. In the net, the Wild have been starting Marc-Andre Fleury for the first, or will be starting Marc-Andre Fleury for the first time this season, as Fleury went 24-16-4 with a 2.85 GAA and a 90.8 save percentage last year. But lost the net to Philip Gustafsson. Gustafsson was shelled by Toronto. So if Fleury has a good start here, perhaps he can earn that starting role back.
We do have a winner here as Kevin A over at Carboni's Pizzeria took home that Musco prize in the large frame as well as the coverall. Good job to all of our winners in that awesome game number 10 of
Mhm.
Skull Bingo as we now get enrolled into a game number 11. As we get enrolled into this game, these jackpots are continuing to grow, so do not miss out. 1 minute and 15 seconds to get after in this great game. But talking about our Minnesota Wild team and how everything's going to go down, I think that we're in a great situation right here. Obviously, it wasn't amazing to see us lose a 7-4 matchup, and defensively was not the best that we had looked. But I think there was, some things that we can fix there. Philip Gustafsson had a lot of shots on the goal against him, and so we need to, limit those shots down, try and get them under 30 shots on the game, as there was just too many opportunities for that on that in that road game for them to lose that one. And so we need to be able to just play a little bit better on the defensive side. I think make Philip Gustafsson's job a little bit easier. I think getting the veteran presence on that defense with so many young defenders there will be a benefit for Fleury, as I think he can kind of demand a little bit more from that defense, as he's been one of the best goalies in the NHL for decades now, it feels like. And so if he's one of those guys that can give a little tips, give a little tricks, make sure their positioning's right, especially for a younger defense that we're trying to develop some of these guys, I think he may be just a right piece added to this, especially in this early portion of the season, as we're having everybody try and gel as a unit.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we can get things kind of going in a smooth motion now that we are creeping towards our third game of the season. And so we'll have to see what is going to be happening when they go up against the Canadians today at 6 p.m., right as you guys are jumping into your round of Lucky Four bingo. Make sure you guys stick around, because as they're on the ice, you guys will be waiting to jump into that great MegaSota game night starting at 6:40 tonight. So you guys will have some time to check out a great E-Tab game as well before then to shoot out that luck to the Wild. It's called Let's Go Wild, and you guys can play wherever you play Pilot games. You can even check out that slap shot bonus round to try and take home some huge prizes too.
Oh, absolutely. The Wild have won 14 of their last 15 games against the Canadians,
Right on.
and the Wild have covered the puck line in each of their last 4 games against the Canadians. So, us as the favorites heading into this one does look good, as we are favored in this matchup with an over under at 6.5 goals. Should be interesting to see if we can hit that 7 goal mark in this matchup. Will it be high scoring, or will it be the defensive matchup that we saw in that first game? Should be interesting stuff, as we do have a great jackpot hitting a player's iPad on that line prize.
That's right, as Jay Funk gets to take away $125. Nicely done to that great player as we now work towards this over $3,000 large frame.
Ooh, great stuff. $3,000. We'll see if it can go out 7 balls away for these players already. As we get into this next little bit, we're heading into the fishing report. This was done by Lake of the Woods on low tourism on October 17th on Lake of the Woods.
Mm.
Waters are getting cooler on the south end of Lake of the Woods, and as they fall, the jig bite is picking up. Some great walleye reports of the past week from across the lake. Most are focused on walleye, but pike, smallmouth bass, jumbo perch, and crappies are showing up nicely also. There are two main techniques for catching walleye: trolling crankbaits and jigging with an emerald shiner are doing very well. Trolling lead cores with a crankbait on 24 to 28 feet of water has been productive. Walleye are hitting both minnow and shad style crankbaits. Rotate crankbait size, color, noise, and trolling speed to get a fish dialed in. Vertical jigging over the side of the boat, either anchored or spot locked, has been doing well. Jig colors gold, pink, orange, glow white, and red, or a combo of these colors have been consistent. Various good reports along the South Shore, which is setting up for a nice is setting up nicely for early ice fishing in the mid December.
Absolutely. We do have a winner here as Brother Nate gets to split up that prize with XSP 170. That's a great prize getting split up between them. Oh, that large frame of $13. We do also have Gemma getting to take away that $19 Musco coverall. Nicely done to all of our winners here in this round number 11. We're about to get enrolled in a round number 12 now.
Oh yeah, I keep on getting enrolled and press play as I move on over to the Rainy River. And on the Rainy River, shiners continue to run in the Rainy River. Millions of these shiny silver fish continue to make their way into the river, with walleye slowly making their way in as well. Fishing reports have been mixed. Some anglers are getting nice limits of fishing. Most are catching a mixed bag, including pike, smallmouth bass, and crappies. Two methods are catching most of that are catching most of the walleye are trolling crankbaits with lead core lines or three-way rigs to cover water, and jigging when fish are most concentrated or swimming through. Good reports in 16 to 24 feet of water.
Absolutely. That is some awesome stuff. Take all those tidbits out on the water with you guys. I know you will be taking home some huge catches while you're out there. If you guys are here with Pilot Games, though, and take home a huge catch, we want to see it just as much. Seg a player picture, whether you're holding up a giant jackpot that you won while playing, your favorite E-Tab game while you're just having a good time, or even just enjoying yourself with your friends. You guys can snap those player pictures and share them directly to us on our Facebook page, on any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games. You can see the hashtag right next to me, or even some of the great examples of player pictures that we put up as you guys send them in. They are not mandatory, but they are highly recommended. You guys can send those also by emailing them directly at jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Yeah, we love seeing those player pictures. There's always a lot of fun, especially as we come around to the Halloween time. There's usually at least one picture every Halloween time of players dressing up as either their player name or as one of the ETAB games. Either way, it's a lot of fun.
Oh,
The more
yeah.
recent one, we got Nerd Boats coming in as they had their life jackets, their taped glasses, and their bucket hats as they were getting ready to fish for some jackpots. One 2 years ago, we had one that you really enjoyed, I know
Yeah,
for
going to
sure.
Mexico. They came in all the different aspects. One was a pinata. I think one was tequila. I think there was a bunch of different characters within that ETAB game that they dressed up as well. And it was awesome to see.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun as we hope to see some players out there, maybe sending some player pictures in costume as we head into this Halloween season. You just finally got your costume all ready for it
Hmm.
as you're being the great character from Zorro.
Elena de la Vega.
Yes, which will be very, very fun. We do have $7 going out in this one as a line prize. This is going out to Jim Rocks. Our
And player as they both get to
yeah,
split it up.
yeah, good job to both those players splitting up that awesome prize as we work on the $3,475 large frame.
Absolutely. But yes, you are being Zorro for
Yes,
Halloween, and I'm being the love interest, played by Catherine Zeta Jones.
yes.
Yeah,
I'm
very
very
exciting.
excited for it. I'm even growing out my mustache for it, as if anybody's noticed. But it's very, very fun.
How can they not?
I know, I know. How can you not? It's a big moment for me. I mean, no, it's the second time I've grown my mustache out on air.
Yeah.
But it's very, very fun. I'm excited to dress up, as I don't normally dress up too, especially as I've gotten older. I've gotten less into the spirit of Halloween, and so this will be one of my first like full dress ups in a while, as I have all headgear and everything like that for it, which I think will be a lot of fun. Usually, I'm someone who's like, okay, if I can find like just like a T-shirt
Hmm.
that I can like call a costume, that's what I'm gonna do. Um,
Okay, so I also found that we are kind of also doing the Princess Bride costumes. So really,
ooh,
we could go either
I've
way.
never seen Princess Bride, so I don't. I
If you
wouldn't
can
be
get
able to
your hair
tell you.
into a little bun, you'd be pretty close to him.
Yeah, that's not gonna be long enough by that time. So too bad. I am Zorro.
Right
Uh,
on. I'm happy with it either way.
I think it's gonna be so fun with my black headband and everything. I think it's gonna be a good look.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
even got a sword, which I think added my excitement a lot by getting a sword
You're
with it.
welcome.
Because if I was just gonna be Zoro without a sword, that's lame. But Zoro with a sword, I'm so in for it.
Well, I was able to find all of the different materials for your costume at a relatively low price, and so I was able to kind of splurge a little and buy you that sword as well.
It was
So we're stocked over here, but
it
we
was
do have our
awesome.
winners.
Roxy J over at Lucky Lures taking home $11 on the large frame and $16 on the coverall. Good job to all of our winners in that awesome game number 12.
Hmm.
As we now get enrolled into a game number 13. As you guys are getting enrolled into this game number 13, me and Jordy will be taking a little bit of a break, but we'll be back in just a little bit to give out some more great prizes, as well as announce the winners from the game we met. Hello, guys, and we are here for some more Skull Bingo. Just 40 seconds to get enrolled into this game number 15 of Skull Bingo. As we're getting enrolled into this game, we do have some winners from our past two games that we'd love to cover.
Absolutely. Starting it off with a game number 13. Giving out that line prize Musco, it went out to Spike playing over at Billy's Rockford. While taking away that large Musco prize was Cola Joe. They were playing over at the neighborhood tavern while taking home $15. Then on the Musco